When doing the road test, the examiners are going to indicate to you to perform a 3-point turn. They're going to get you to pull over to the right side of the road, and once you're stopped on the side of the road, you're going to do a mirror and shoulder check. Then you'll be expected to put your left signal on before proceeding. Most of the time, they're going to get you to do this on a dead-end street. If they do get you to do it on the street where there's traffic in two directions, you're going to have to make sure that there isn't any traffic coming from either direction. If you have a car approaching from the opposite direction, make sure you wait until the vehicle passed. Once you have the left signal on, you're basically letting other drivers know what you are about to do. So make sure you don't forget the left turn signal. It is very important. If you forget, the examiner will take a couple points off. Now, you're going to turn the steering wheel all the way to the left. Release the brakes slowly. Remember, this is another slow maneuver. No need to press the accelerator. When doing this, let the car move forward. Once you get near the curb on the other side, stop and put the vehicle in reverse. Turn the steering wheel all the way to the right. Do a 360-degree scan and make sure there isn't any traffic coming. Look over your right shoulder and start backing up slowly. Sometimes my students, when backing up, they don't know when to stop, and it's really hard to see what's behind you. One tip you can use is once you notice your left front wheel or left mirror, depending on the size of the car you're using, is over the center line, that's a good place to stop. Put the car in drive, turn the steering wheel all the way to the left, and move forward towards the direction you want to go, and start making way to the right lane. These are the steps you want to perform to do a 3-point. Very easy. Let's go ahead and review this one more time. I'm going to demonstrate how to do a 3-point turn from the beginning. Pull over to the right side of the road. When you're stopped on the side of the road, you're going to do a mirror and shoulder check. Then proceed with putting the left signal on. Once you have the left signal on, turn the steering wheel all the way to the left. Remember to turn the wheel all the way when doing the turns. This way, you take advantage of every single inch in case you're doing this on a narrow road or a big car. Now you want to release the brake slowly and let the car move forward. Once you get near the curb on the other side, stop and put the vehicle in reverse. Turn the steering wheel all the way to the right, do a 360-degree scan, and make sure that there isn't any traffic coming. Look over your right shoulder and start backing up slowly. Your left front wheel or left mirror is over the center line you want to stop. Put the car in drive, turn the steering wheel all the way to the left, and move forward towards the direction you want to go, and start making way into the right lane. Make sure you stay on the right lane, and you are done. This skill you must master 100% because it is very important since you will be reversing when getting out of a parking space mostly, but also it is very important that you have good control over your vehicle through this process. This will be in handy since it's part of your practical examination. Many of you find it challenging having your steering wheel in front and having to look back to reverse. Far and most important factor to know is the proper way of reversing. So I have an adequate technique, which is to put your arm on and over the passenger seat while leaving the other hand on the steering wheel at a 12 o'clock position. Then look over your right shoulder and try to observe everything in an angle of 360 degrees. This doesn't mean you shouldn't look through the mirrors. Now remember, the vehicle must go slowly, always, when reversing, so you can be aware of your surroundings at all times. So it is quite important to use your mirrors as well. Whenever you are ready to reverse, you will slowly release the brake. No need to accelerate for reversing ever. Next important thing is how to move your vehicle towards a certain direction when reversing. I want you to keep in mind that what you're focusing on is the back of the vehicle. That is what you're trying to control. Learning how to park a car in a parking space can be challenging for beginners, and it could be one of the most difficult things to learn for some of you. With that being said, it doesn't mean it's impossible. We will show you guys step by step how to do it the easy way. And all we need from you is to memorize this and practice as much as you can. We will provide a few techniques that you can use when practicing. By doing so, it will become much easier when you have a few steps to follow. Normally, we have two ways of parking, to the left or to the right. When parking to the left is usually easier for the driver since you are driving on the right side of the road and have a bigger angle and more space to make the turn. Here we are showing the student driving on the right side pulling up to make a left-handed parking. When we are doing this, the first thing you have to keep in mind is that you always have to put the blinkers on to the side you want to park as you are seeing on the screen. We are making a parking to the left. Then you want to slow down as you are approaching the parking spot and make sure your left mirror is aligned with the first white line. This is very important since this maneuver will determine what we want to accomplish. Once the mirror is aligned with the white parking line, you have to make a full stop. And remember, the turn signal needs to be on while doing this. Then turn your steering wheel all the way to the left and let go of the brakes very slowly. When doing this maneuver, you never want to press the accelerator. There is no need. Always your foot on the brake pedal. It's very important. Once you release the brakes, you will notice that the car will start slowly to turn and make way to the parking spot. At this time, you want to make corrections as you're pulling up. Once you are stabled and centered inside the parking, pull up very slowly until your front wheel touches the parking bumper. Or another technique you can use is if you have cars next to you, use them as a reference point and align your mirrors next to theirs. Always remember to do the entire parking maneuver slowly, giving you time to correct for mistakes, especially when performing the practice test. You must keep this in mind. Now, let's go ahead and do a quick review of what we have discussed so far about left-handed turn into a parking space. First, pull up on the right side of the road and place the left turn signal. Second, align your driver or left side mirror with the white marking and make a full stop. Keep in mind that this technique applies if you are driving a normal four-sided or two-door sedan. Now, if you're driving an SUV or a truck, you want to align the front wheel with the white marking instead of the mirror. That way, it will give you more room for the turn since you're driving a larger car. Third, turn the steering wheel all the way to the left and release the brake slowly. Always keeping your foot on the brake at all times. While doing this maneuver, start correcting while the car is entering the parking spot and make a full stop once the front wheel touches the parking bumper. And don't forget to put the car in parking. This is very important in the exam. The examiner is looking for this and wants to make sure you do it correctly. Great. Now we're going to discuss how to perform a right-handed parking. Keep in mind that these are a little bit more complex due to poor angle ratio. On these instances, as you are approaching the parking spot, you have to create an angle by turning your car to the left and getting on the opposite lane. Obviously, you want to make sure there are no cars coming or heading your way. Let me show you. Let's review this. As you're approaching the right-handed parking maneuver, activate the turn signal to the right and pull up slowly. Then align the front wheel with the first white markings of the parking spot you wish to park. In this case, we're using the front wheel due to the car size we are using. This is a medium-sized car. If you're using a smaller car, you will align it with the mirror. In case you're using a bigger car like an SUV or a truck, then you want to align the front bumper with the white park markings to give you more room for the turn. Make a full stop and turn your steering wheel all the way to the right and release the brakes very slowly. Last step is to make corrections and start aligning the car to the center of the parking spot. Once the front wheels touches the parking bumper, then you place the car in parking as you are done. Here's my advice to you guys. Start practicing on an empty parking lot. And as you get more familiar doing this maneuver, then you can take it and practice between two cars to help you gain more confidence and prepare you for the driving examination. Well guys, I hope this was very helpful. Our goal is for you to pass the driving exam the first time and make you a better and safer driver. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like the video, make sure you leave it a thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss the next one.